tour is very entertaining. Our guide give all the information about the Beatles or so details. Love it. You will stop in their house, the famous Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields to take a photos. If you're a Beatles fan, this is a must-reserve course. You can listen to Beatles music throughout the bus ride. It was great to be able to visit the Beats members' birthplaces during the tour. This is a great opportunity to learn about the history of the Beatles. Wonderful experience. Amazing and knowledgeable guide. The Beatles Tour. Take the tour bus of the famous Beatles movie to the former residence of the four and the location of each famous song. You can see each famous scenic spot. If you're a Beatles fan, you must come and see it. The tour guide will explain the backgrounds of the four team members and the origins of some songs. The tour guide is very capable of creating atmosphere. The Beatles tour was super interesting. Following the itinerary, we visited the members' former residences and checked in at the real scenes corresponding to the names of many classic songs. The tour guide on the bus was very thorough, and I listened to the stories and music origins of the Beatles along the way. It was very impressive after the tour. The most surprising thing was that I could enter the cave bar for free, saving £5 directly. The price-performance ratio was full. Beatles fans must not miss it. It is definitely worth the ticket price. It was unfortunate that the weather was bad on the day, so we had to shorten our time at each location. However, the guide was very easy to understand and spoke English without an accent, so we enjoyed the tour to the fullest. The meeting point was easy to find, and just seeing the bus wrapping made me excited. I think it would be very difficult to move around on your own. The crowd was full of Beatles fans, and no matter where I went, I couldn't stop smiling. Beatles songs are playing on the bus. I absolutely love the Cavern Club. This was a very interesting experience. The tour guide introduced the growth and fame stories of the four members of the Beatles in detail on the bus. Their songs were played from time to time on the tour bus. When we arrived at various places to visit, it was very attractive. As I am not a fan of the Beatles, I don't have a very deep impression of the band, but the tour guide did a great job explaining it, so the tourists didn't feel too bored. The Beatles tour was a very moving experience. Our driver drove carefully and our guide was friendly and informative. And to be able to go into St. Peter's Hall, I will never forget. Such an amazing experience. I'm really glad I joined this tour. Fantastic tour. Highly recommended. Thought I knew everything about the Beatles. So worth the price.